Hey everyone, my name's Amanda and I'm the Fun Size Reader, and today's gonna be a vlog because I have some things that I want to talk about. Quick reading update. So I'm still reading Stealing Infinity. I will be done by book club next week. I'm glad I extended it to the full month just because I just have not had time to read lately. My family was sick and then it was 4th of July, and then we just had events and things that we had to go to and do, and we've been working on house stuff. So I've been doing a lot of physical labor, which is very different from my normal daily life. So I just haven't had time to read. I've been busy. So I'm glad that we extended book club out to the normal time. So it will be next week, last Tuesday of the month, like always. I am enjoying the book so far. I don't want to super talk about it because obviously we have book club and that's when I talk about it. But I am enjoying it. It's mildly a thinking book, but it's not as much thinking as I thought it was going to be. So I'm hoping that I can finish it within the next few days and record my video before all my thoughts disappear out of my head. The other thing that I've been reading is actually on my Kindle, so I can't show it to you because I don't have any of the physical copies of those books. But I started reading Glow by Raven Kennedy. It's the 4th book in the Plated Prisoner series. So many people are reading Guild right now, and I kind of wanted to talk about the series a little bit because I'm on book 4. It's taking a long time. It is. It's taking a long time. I'm only 25% in. It is giant. It's giant. I feel like I've been reading this book for days and I just am not making progress on it. And I think it's just because it's so long, which is mildly discouraging when you're a reader and you're spending so much time reading. I am not the kind of person that's I wish the book was longer. I know tons of people are like that, but I think I push aside long books very, very easily. I push aside long books and last books of the series, and I'm weird like that. And I don't know, you guys have to tell me in the comments, are any of you like that, or is it just me? Because I get intimidated by long books sometimes. I'm just I need to finish something. I need to feel accomplished, I finished a book. So Glow is daunting because it's 700 and something pages, and I feel I'm just not getting through it enough. I have been reading the Outlander series, oh God, since 2013. It's been a long time, and I'm only on book 5 because I keep pushing them off. I read the first one, and then I immediately read the second one, and then I immediately read the third one. And then I paused for a long time. And it took me a long time to read the 4th one, and I'm staring at the 5th one. And one of my cousins keeps texting me and she's like, have you read it yet? Have you read it yet? Read it yet? And I keep telling her, no, I have other things that I've read. I haven't gone back to Outlander because they're so big and I love them, but they make me feel a lot. I get a lot of emotions and they're just so big. And so I push them off. And there are so many series too that I've read the first X number and the series is completed and this is the last book and it just came out and it's so exciting and everybody wants to read it, and I'm nah, I'll wait. And I do that a lot, and my husband makes fun of me all the time for it because I don't want it to end, so I don't read the ending. There are quite a few series where I have not read the last book yet, and I had somebody laughing at me on Instagram that was DMing me that was I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you just don't read the last book. And I'm I'm weird. There are some though that I refused to read the ending because I hated the ending or the way that the last book was going. I just have not brought myself to read it. And if you want to know which ones those are, I'll do a whole different video because I've got a couple that I just put down the last book and I have not picked it back up. Let me know if you want to know what those are, because that's a whole different slew of thoughts. Okay, but there were some other kind of cool things that happened this week. So I don't know if you guys have followed me on TikTok, but I do have a TikTok. I'm learning TikTok. It's very different from, I've been on Bookstagram for 4 years, and it's very different from that. And it's very different from YouTube, where I just like sit and talk to you guys for a long time. So I'm learning. And I feel like TikTok is like for funny, creative people. And sometimes I don't feel like I'm funny and creative. But I did have a TikTok that I made the other day, and I'm actually surprised at how many people are watching it or commenting on it. Like, there's kind of back and forth comments. So if you've seen it, sorry, I'm gonna retell you. I was talking about the difference between steamy and spicy, because I feel like as book talk became a thing, right? Book talk kind of just exploded and brought up spicy books. Everybody on book talk is like talking about spicy books, right? So I feel like the term spicy is a recent thing. And so that's what I was talking about, because I keep seeing reviews or comments or things where people will see a video. We'll watch a video, we'll watch a reel or a TikTok or whatever, and the person that made it is recommending a spicy book. And then I keep seeing these reviews where people were like, that wasn't spicy, that wasn't. Now, I know it's all subjective. Everything is subjective, which is why I give my rating video, like why I made that video, because it's like, this is my scale, so you understand on my scale what the book looks like, right? Because it's all subjective. But I think where people are getting caught up, and like this is what I talked about in my TikTok, was that steamy used to be the term that was used on Bookstagram, and now on Book Talk everything is spicy. And I feel like steamy a lot of times applied to books that were like heated. And I talked about it in my TikTok. Steamy now is meaning like the build up, the almost, the like nothing explicit. Whereas spicy is explicit. And the whole reason why I made this TikTok was because I was like, I feel like readers are getting disappointed when the wrong term is being used to describe a book, because it's not giving them what they expected. Like if someone is describing a steamy book as spicy, and then they read it and they're like, this was not spicy, they're giving it a negative review because they're like, they're not getting what they thought they were gonna get. And I'm seeing so many authors get negative reviews, and I'm like, the book should not be getting a negative review. It's just that the reader went into it expecting something because a term was used from somebody else that was promoting the book or talking about the book or recommending the book. I just feel like it is negatively affecting readers or reviews, which is negatively affecting authors, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't, because like the book is still good. So I don't know, it was kind of exciting for me just to like have this TikTok out there and seeing people respond to it and seeing people like the explanation that I gave of the difference between the two terms. And like, I want to bring it back. I want to bring the steamy term back. I don't know. That was exciting to see that there was kind of some discussion and movement on it. I did get quite a few like authors who said, no, you're wrong. Like, that's not what steamy means. And I'm like, maybe not anymore. Like, it's not what it means. Like, it may have been what it meant back then, or when you first started writing, or 2 years ago, because that's what it used to mean when on Bookstagram, like when I started. But it doesn't mean that anymore to readers. And so sometimes I feel like we have to evolve with the way we describe books, just like the term spicy was created because of Book Talk. People rate it with chili peppers now because of Book Talk. And so I feel like we may need to adjust a little bit. There's been good and bad on the video, but I'm just like kind of excited that people understand what I'm saying, you know? So if a book is steamy, I'll tell you the book is steamy. And I'll give my spice rating. Like sometimes when I say 0 chili peppers, like that book should be a steamy book if there is that kind of content, you know? One of the other things that happened that I was like really excited about, and I was, to be honest, I was kind of nervous because I am like there's scams all over the internet, right? And so I'm very careful with things that I like respond to, and I get all kinds of junk messages all the time. But I got a message, well, I got a follow on Instagram. Then I got a message request because I like didn't follow the person back and I didn't know the person. So I looked at it and I was like, there's a blue check mark after her name. What? I don't have any blue checkmark followers. And so I was like, is this a scam? That was my first thought. Is this a scam? Like, am I gonna be responding to this message and it's like fake or whatever? It wasn't fake. It was really cool. So I was like really excited. So it was basically something that you guys can kind of help me with. It was a comedian who is looking like to make TV shows or movies in Hollywood from fantasy romance books. And so she was like talking to me about that, and we talked about some recommendations and things. And so I was like really excited. I was like, wow. She found my YouTube, which is kind of amazing because I look at my channel sometimes and in the vast like world of YouTube, like I'm a small fish, right? I like have you guys that I talk to, and it's like really exciting that I get to have this relationship with you, but you know, I'm still small in a big ocean. And so it was kind of exciting to be like, oh, this person in Hollywood saw me on YouTube and wanted to talk to me about my recommendations. And so if there's any that you think of that you want me to read and review, like that you would want to see as a TV show or whatever, like let me know and I'll read them and we'll see what happens. But it was really exciting. I, like I said, thought it was a scam, but I'm glad it wasn't because it was cool. Like we got to chat for a few minutes and, you know, talk about books and things that we'd like to see on the screen, which is always fun. And I really think that Hollywood needs to like start making books into movies again. We want them, especially romances and especially fantasy romances. Like we all love vampires on screen. We all love them. And there's so many books now with all of this stuff that we love in movies. So that was exciting. It was kind of like oh, my channel's fun. Like I love doing this. Like this is so cool. But yeah, so that's what's happened this week. Not a lot of reading. Some reading, but not a ton of reading. But fun book stuff. Fun book stuff. So, if you haven't followed me on TikTok yet, go over, check out my TikTok. I'm trying to post more often. TikTok is hard. It's really hard. I'm not very funny. I think I'm funny sometimes, but I'm not very funny. And, you know, doing makeup to record a video takes some effort. It takes some time. So I tend to do them all at once, if you haven't noticed. All right, well, thanks for chatting with me today. Don't forget, you can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at The Fun Size Reader. See you guys next time.